Hello, friends, and welcome to or welcome back to the Cue the Magic podcast. I am your host, Lindsay, and I'm joined by.
Slightly sick but recovering Joel.
And if you're new here, we are a husband and wife duo, and we just like to talk all things Disney, specifically Disney World, Disney parks, and we just like to bring a little extra magic to your day. And we have had a change since the last couple episodes that we spoke to you. Instead of doing just episodes releasing on Mondays, we're going to do Mondays and Thursdays and try that out for a little bit, see how it goes, and just try to make your your week extra double extra magic because
Who doesn't love extra?
right.
Yeah, we figured it'd be easier for y'all to tune in if y'all had more than just 1 day a week, but two, to listen in on everything. And also, if you just wanted more to listen to for those of y'all that are joining us later on, you'll have more episodes to binge listen.
Yeah. So, for today's episode, we decided to do
Would you rather?
Disney edition.
We each
So,
came up with 5 questions, given we have not seen each other's questions. So hopefully, 5 unique or different enough questions from each of us, all
yes,
about Disney World.
we're hoping that we don't do the same questions, and if we do, we'll edit it and we'll just come up with a different question. But the way that this is going to go is we're going to do staggered. So either I or Joel will go first, and we
You can
really
go
hope.
first, ladies first.
Oh, well, thank you, kind sir. um and yeah, so we're, play along with us, play along if you're in the car, at work, or wherever you're listening. Leave some comments down below, and also follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram, and it is Cue the Magic Podcast. We also have a Facebook by that same name. So go ahead, leave us a comment, give us a like.
And we do post some exclusive content that's only on Facebook or Instagram. That is not on Spotify or YouTube. So tune in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, a couple of extra posts here and there.
Funny bloopers, things like that.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, I guess without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah.
So, when you say for me to go first, you're saying,
I was actually about to clarify. Yeah. Do you want to ask your question first or be asked a question first?
I think I'm going to ask.
Alrighty then.
All right. So, my first would you rather? Would you rather stay at All Star Sports for a week or stay at the Grand Floridian for 3 nights?
Grand Floridian for 3 nights.
Oh, he was quick with that
I
one.
was. I've stayed at All Star Music. We stayed for 3 days. It was great. It was nice. Staying for a week obviously would be even better. But I feel like being able to stay at the Grand Floridian just in general would be really nice. I feel like that experience is something that we might not get to experience for a while. So
Yeah,
if we get to do that, it'd be great.
definitely a dream resort.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have a little bit of discussion after each of the questions, just because it lengthens it gives some length to the episode, and then also you guys can just get to know us better, and then get to understand our answers a little bit better. So, is Disney lodging more about sleep for you, or more about like the experience? Like
I
like
think it's a bit of both, but I feel like overall, I feel like sleep is kind of consistent around most of the different resorts.
I think more so the question, or what I'm trying to ask is, are you someone who you're like, okay, we're only just going to stay in the hotel to sleep in, it doesn't have to be the best of the best, we'll be at the parks all day? Or are you somebody who really likes to relish in
I
what the
mean, if the
resort has to
resort has
offer?
offerings for us, then I'd like to experience them.
Yeah,
Because what's the point of staying at Grand Floridian if we're literally only sleeping there?
right.
I feel like if you go to these deluxe resorts and don't use the pool and the gift shops and all the other activities they have around the resort, you're not getting the full experience out of it. So you're not getting what you can.
Well, and I think that's what it's asking is, All Star Sports I think is more for we're just going to sleep, whereas Grand Floridian you're going and getting more of like a deluxe resort experience.
And I think that's the point of it too. If you're spending that money, use the space there. They made it nice for a reason. Use all the activities there. I mean, if it's super crowded in the parks and it's hot, go enjoy the pool. And every resort has a nice pool, but especially those deluxe ones, there's just so many other things there for you to experience.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I do appreciate that Disney does have value resorts because not everybody can afford like a super fancy deluxe resort, and we are surely not staying at deluxe resorts every time. We are, when it's just Joel and I, we typically hit up a Pop Century or an All Star, and on the rare occasion, like when we're going in July, we're doing Caribbean Beach, and that's only because it was heavily discounted. But I do like that Disney has the options. So okay, so to answer your answer to that question is Grand Floridian 3 nights.
Yep.
I think I'd have to agree with you, and that's something else we can do. Like we can give our own answers, I think, to the questions as well, because I'd
Yeah.
be curious to
Mhm.
hear.
Well, actually, my first question for you is very similar to yours. So I'll
Okay.
just ask that real quick. Would you rather go to Disney World once a year and stay at a deluxe resort, or 3 times and
Ooh.
stay at a value?
Ooh. Okay. Is this like in every year? Like
You are going every year. Once a year, you're at, say, Grand Floridian or
okay,
Polynesian or some
okay,
deluxe resort, or you go 3 times a year, but you're at a
okay.
value resort.
I think I'd have to go 3 times a year
Yeah.
because I feel like yes, quality over quantity, but at the same time, like I would rather visit Disney more often and stay at a value resort, but then like you can always visit the deluxe resorts. You can do the dining at the deluxe resorts. Like you can still go there and maybe that you're not
Us
staying
every time
there.
we go to Topolino's.
Yeah, maybe you're not staying there, but you can still kind of get a feel of those deluxe resorts because I would be sad if I had the choice between three times a year and once a year and I chose one. So,
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go 3 times a year, but yeah, instead of
Yeah.
one with deluxe.
Okay.
What would you choose?
I would definitely choose 3 times a year as well.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do right now
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. And even once we start having kids, I'm sure it's gonna go down to once a year, but we're gonna be staying at those value resorts.
Yeah, that's kind of what we told ourselves. Like, we at least would like to go once a year, even when we have kids. I know that very well could change, but we really do love Disney, and we really do want to make it a priority and saving, and so we can continue to make good content for this podcast.
Yeah.
So, all right, my second question: would you rather get stuck on Haunted Mansion, specifically the graveyard scene, where it's like, "Ba-da-dum dum dum da-da-dum dum dum dum
Mm-hmm.
dum dum,"
All right.
or It's a Small World?
Haunted Mansion. I mean,
Really?
we've gotten stuck on Haunted Mansion before in the graveyard scene.
Okay, let me give a specific. You're stuck for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I feel like at least on Haunted Mansion, it's just us two and the Doom buggy.
Mm-hmm.
But on Small World, it could just be us on the boat.
Yeah,
It could be another family or two with crying kids.
that's
It
true.
could be obnoxious teenagers. It could be anyone. And it's the same super repetitive song. And I get it, Haunted Mansion's repetitive. But if I had to listen to It's a Small World after for 45 minutes, I'd be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. I'm trying to think if I've ever been stuck on a ride for like a substantial amount of time. I've been on rides where they have to escort you off. So, I guess that is something.
I have yet to have that happen to me.
I know it happened to me on Everest. So
And I was there that trip, but I was not on that ride.
really.
Yeah, I forget where I was, but I remember you and Addie went, and I heard about y'all getting stuck. But I was not there, and I don't know where I was.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because that was the trip that Addie, when she got off the ride, told the
Addie is
person that
my
it broke.
is my 8-year-old niece, by the way,
Oh,
just to give some
yes.
context.
And she told the cast member, I think your ride's broken at the top. I think the Yeti broke it.
Yeah, she got off the ride because we were so nervous. She's like, it's kind of, I mean, it's a roller coaster, so we were kind of worried about how she would do on it. And she got off the ride and said, sir, I think your ride's broken. It needs to be fixed. The Yeti got it. We all laughed so hard. But anyways,
I don't know where I was uh, at that moment, but I
I don't
remember
know.
y'all were
Probably getting some
Dole Whip or something. I don't know.
no, I don't do they yeah they do
Yeah,
have Dole
they
Whip.
have Dole Whip. Yeah.
No, you're probably Yak and Yeti or something.
Yeah.
But I think I'd have to agree with Haunted Mansion.
All right. My next question for you: would you rather have a 4-day trip to Disney World and stay at each park once, or a 7-day trip but only go to one park?
So you're saying do one park per day?
One park per day, so a total of 4 days. That's it. No water parks,
Mm-hmm.
no Disney Springs,
Okay.
just the 4 parks, or 7 days at one park.
I think I'd have to go 4 days.
Yeah.
It would just feel wrong to go for 7 days and only do one park. Because as much as I love Magic Kingdom or Epcot or Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, I feel like after 7 days, I would. But maybe that might be a time to like really look at the history. If y'all didn't know, I'm a huge Disney history buff, and I have been reading the Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World, and it goes into extreme detail about all the different histories and nuances of the parks. And so maybe that could be a fun opportunity to look into all of the history. Or I want to get one of those hidden Mickey books,
Oh,
and
that could be
and
fun.
and they have all the different hidden Mickeys around the parks. So and resorts. So that would be also be really cool. Am I allowed to do things in the park like Keys to the Kingdom tour?
I mean, you're in the park,
Okay.
so I don't
Hmm.
see why not.
I think I'd still have to go a park
Four
per day.
park per day, yeah.
Cause that's, I mean, when
Because
we
I feel like
have,
even Magic Kingdom has so much to offer, and if you're there for a week, I feel like it would start to get old.
yeah, I'd be grateful I'm in Disney World, but eventually I think I would be like, I'm ready to go to the other parks.
Yeah,
I need my nachos from Epcot. But yeah, I think I
I would
choose
agree
the
with you on
park
that
per
one.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Would you rather do Disney in the rain for your entire trip or Disney in 100-degree heat?
Hmm, that's rough. I
Yep.
think, assuming all rides are staying open, right?
Um, okay. I know typically Test Track closes, Tiana's Bayou closes. I'm
The
trying to think.
outside rides.
Yeah, but for the sake of this, would you rather they will remain open?
If every ride was open, see, and I've been to amusement parks during both.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of which one I disliked more. Is it okay? Is it like a light rain or like a
No,
torrential? It's going
like it's
sideways.
it's it's steadily raining the entire week. Like not
I think I'd have to go with the heat.
yeah, like not thunderstorms, but like it's raining.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with the heat for sure.
Yeah.
Because having to walk around with wet socks and shoes on all day and just feeling my clothes clinging to me, couldn't do it. And I'm trying to think of walking around World Showcase. It's
Mhm.
already a lot, but if I had to be completely soaked during that,
And navigating the crowds with rain.
uh-uh. People
Cuz
can't drive when it's wet, so I surely know they can't navigate Disney
and
when it's
let's be
raining.
honest, most of the time in the summer, it's darn close to 100 degrees. And if it's not, it sure does feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
So we pretty much navigate Disney in 100 degrees heat,
Yeah.
100-degree heat, regardless.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have to go with
Yeah.
heat as well because, yeah, I can't imagine being sopping wet the entire time. I would rather do the heat. I can't. I get too overstimulated. Like you said, water in the shoes, water in the socks. Just not a good combination.
Yeah. This next question is especially tailored to you.
Okay.
Would you rather permanently get rid of Dole Whip, churro waffles, or the cream cheese pretzel?
Oh my gosh. Guys, if there's no episode after this one, it's because we got a divorce. Um
Dang.
wow. Okay, so Dole Whip, churro waffles, or
Cream cheese pretzels.
ah.
Now, see, the
Okay,
Dole Whips are pretty accessible
I
in most
do
areas, but the cream cheese pretzels and churro waffles are specialties, but they're so good.
I do have an answer that comes to mind.
Okay.
And it is churro waffles, and I'll explain myself. It is the one I eat the least. And I mean, I know you can get it in Magic Kingdom at the Crystal Palace. Um, there has to be some other places you can get it too. That's just the one I mainly get them from because we go to Crystal Palace a lot because I love seeing Winnie the Pooh and his friends. And but the cream cheese pretzel, that's like I, I can't believe I'm admitting this on the internet. I get like at least maybe 2 a day when we go to
Whenever
Disney.
we're there, yeah.
And man, I don't think I could live without it. It's so good, and it's just heavy enough to where you feel full, but it's not heavy. It doesn't weigh on you. You know what I'm saying? And then the Dole Whip, it's just such a staple, and it's so refreshing. Like I said, like previously mentioned, we go when it's extremely hot most of the time. And I mean, we're going in February, and it's the highs are high 80s. So I think I'm gonna have to go churro waffles. Yeah, as much as it pains me.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I would get rid of, just because I don't eat them, cream cheese pretzels.
Yeah, you typically don't eat them.
Yeah. I had it once. It was good.
Boo.
I just don't get it.
Okay. All right. Well, after that heartbreak, my my next question: would you rather only take buses your whole trip or drive everywhere?
Buses.
So, yeah, you couldn't take any other form of transportation. Somehow this magical Disney works where you would get everywhere you need to go with buses. Obviously, you can get everywhere you need to go with driving.
Well,
Would you
everywhere we go, we can get with buses.
well, can you get well, okay, so you would have to take the bus to a park and then take a bus to a resort. So like let's say for example, we're leaving our resort and we have a reservation at Topolino's in the Riviera. You can't take a bus to the Riviera from our resort. You'd have to go to the park,
Oh,
walk,
that's
get
true.
off, and then get on a bus from that park.
No, yep, I'd still do that. Because if I had to deal with trying to park every single time we were going to a park and trying to remember where we parked and then having to walk all the way out to Gamora whenever we're in Hollywood Studios way back there, which I didn't even know existed until a few trips ago. If we had to deal with that every single time,
Yeah.
because at least with the buses, you're exhausted at the end of the day.
And you get
And you
that
can walk right to the front of the park and you're
there
right
is
there.
no better sleep than a long park day, and you sit all the way in the back and you have the warm seat and the air conditioning
Mm-hmm.
on your oh, it's so
Either
nice.
all the way in the back or the first step or the first seats on the side of the steps because they're indented
Mhm.
back.
Yep.
Those are good because you have a little bit more room.
Yep.
Those are the best spots.
Mhm.
Can't confirm. But I would have to do that because, I mean, one of the last times we drove to a park, we had a big old fiasco because we got on the bus and came back and had to deal with trying to get the car because for the first time ever, we drove to the park. But I feel like with the buses, we already are in that mindset of, okay, get on the bus, go back to the resort.
Oh, are you leaving out that little tidbit?
We had a fiasco. That's it.
All right, folks.
Totally didn't leave my
Story
keys
time. Okay, so like Joel said, we were at Epcot and we decided to drive to Epcot,
for some reason.
and we drove to Epcot, and then we took a bus back to our resort because it was kind of hot, so we decided to go take a
We
little
drove to Epcot and then got on the monorail, went to a different resort, and then went to a different park and went back to the resort afterwards. Because we rode that monorail and did a tour of Polynesian. And then from there, we went to Ticket and Transportation to Magic, and from Magic back to the resort.
Okay, well, Joel just added a whole bunch of extra details. But we went back to our resort, and then when we took the bus back to Epcot, right? Because our car was still at Epcot.
And we had a dining reservation
We
that
did
night.
we did have a dining reservation at Vietnapolis.
For the story's sake, let's say the reservation was at 7 and we were on the bus at 6 o'clock.
And someone mentioned to me while we're about to get to Epcot, I forgot the keys in the room to the car. So we went and ate. Mind you, this was 4th of July, like literally the 4th of July, okay? Parks are packed. So we decided to romanticize getting the car back to us, okay? We decided to take the Skyliner after our reservation. We
were in the very back of the Italy Pavilion, and we thought it'd be closer to just take the Skyliner.
Yeah, so we took the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios, and then we took a Hollywood Studios bus back to our resort.
And by the time we got back to the resort, Epcot was closed.
Yeah, so we were waiting in line for Epcot at our resort, and the bus driver came and he was like, Epcot's closed. And we were like, our car is still there, sir. We have to go get our car. And I was searching, like, do they tow your car if it's left overnight? Blah blah blah. Me being type A, anxious, and that wonderful cast member told us to hop on his bus. We were the only ones on it, and he brought us back to our car. So
The one benefit of that entire fiasco was that while we were waiting in line for the Skyliner, we could watch the wonderful Fourth of July show at Epcot. Or rather, we could watch the pre-show, and then the second the big fireworks started going off was right when we got inside the building. Literally, we took a step inside to get onto the Skyliner, and then we just saw the sky illuminate, but we could not actually see the fireworks, and we were like, "Oh,
that was the longest Skyliner line I've ever seen in my life.
it was ridiculous."
I think I would miss out on the Disney magic if we didn't take the bus. The one major plus to driving is, one, you're kind of like in charge of your own fate. You know what I mean?
Except
But
for that one
then
time.
except except for when someone
Always
forgets the
forget you.
keys.
Always remember your keys. Don't forget them.
And then it's good if you have a lot of souvenirs. Like that way you can just kind of put it, you
Yeah,
know.
if you know you're shopping, just drive. Because if you're that person that has like 5 or 6 giant bags, one, that's taking up extra space for other people, but two, that's such an inconvenience for yourself to try and carry all that on the
Or if you have
bus.
like strollers,
Yeah.
that could be.
Or even if you have just like one stroller, with souvenirs like packed underneath. I see a lot of people do that. You can take the bus, but if you know you're gonna be that person, that you have a small army with you, it might just be easier for y'all to be guaranteed space to drive.
But we also have to take into account, I would say most people fly to Disney. So,
Yeah.
we are crazy people when we drive over 12 hours to get there, but it's fine. We love driving.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyways, okay, so that was my second to last question.
All right. My second to last question. Would you rather only go to Disney during the most crowded times, but everything's half price?
Oh,
Or only go when it's almost entirely empty, but everything is twice as expensive?
oh my gosh.
Not just rooms,
Like
but food,
food,
souvenirs,
souvenirs.
tickets. I mean, we have annual pass, but everything
Wow.
is twice as expensive, but you are guaranteed to have very empty parks.
I would
Not completely empty, but relatively empty.
I think I'd pick that one
Yeah.
because yes, it is expensive, but if I knew, like if I had time to plan and save up, I think I'd be okay with it. If I got a nearly empty park, that would be insane. Which we went for July 3rd because that is my birthday. And I mean that was as empty as I'd ever seen the park.
Which was crazy
It was
because the next day
crazy.
on the 4th, it was absolutely insane.
And we saw so many characters. It was wonderful. Anyways, I think I would have to pick the less empty park. I'm sorry. More empty park, more expensive. So, less people there, more expensive because I feel like if I had time to save, that would be my choice. Everything half off would be great,
Yeah.
but then I'd have to fight people for that want all the half off
For
on the.
clarification, you did just say more empty park, less expensive. It's more empty park, more expensive.
Oh,
Or
my
less
bad.
empty park, less expensive. But yeah, so you want less of a crowd, but spending twice as much. Just for
Yes.
clarification, gotcha.
Yes, that is my choice. Sorry, guys. It's currently 9 p.m. when we're filming this,
Yeah.
and we both had very long days. So
I would definitely go with the half price because
really,
I feel like if everything's half price, we can still book our lightning lanes, get on the rides we want, and it's half price.
I
We can
guess,
get
but
nice dining reservations, half price. All of our souvenirs, the rooms, everything.
for me, that still wouldn't be worth fighting all those crowds. It's miserable when there's that many people.
Yeah, we'd be fighting the crowds between lines, for rides, but if we have the lightning lanes, we don't have to worry about those rides.
But even just crowds like just around the parks,
Yeah,
like things are super crowded sometimes, and it's overstimulating.
I guess that's fair.
But okay, my last question: would you rather only be able to do the larger coaster rides for your entire trip, or only do the smaller quote unquote kiddie rides the entire trip? And let me specify. So I think I would consider larger coasters as in Space Mountain, Tron, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Test Track, Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror.
Yep.
So only those, or rides like Winnie the Pooh, It's a Small World, Peter Pan's Flight, Soarin'. I don't know. Would you consider Soarin' more?
Soren's definitely a bigger ride.
Okay, Living with the Land.
That is a small ride, but it's great. I think that's the best small ride is Living with the Land, honestly.
I do love
Hot
Living
take.
with the Land.
But
I
I
do love
think I'm
Living
gonna
with the
have to
Land.
go with big coasters.
Okay.
I mean, the small ones are cute. They're great. They have a lot of sentimentality. But those big ones are just so good.
And I think that's a question of, does quality over quantity come into play here? Because
I think it's both.
you have a bigger quality with I'm sorry, you have a bigger quantity with the smaller rides because there's more of them. But the quality of the bigger rides and just, the fact that they are the big attractions, obviously people consider them to be a little bit more enjoyable. So
If you told me I could go to Disney 5 times a year, but could only ride rides like It's a Small World, I'd say, what's the point? I need those big rides. Those big ones are so great. I mean, Tron, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Pirates, Pandora, Flight of Passage. I mean, those are all
see,
so good.
no, I considered Haunted Mansion and Pirates in the smaller rides. I'm
What?
thinking like coasters.
Okay,
Like,
then I would maybe rephrase that to coasters versus non-coasters.
okay,
Because
this is
Haunted
no,
Mansion and
let me
Pirates
this
are
is the
definitely big
perfect way to
rides.
put it. Rides you would have to buy a single lightning lane pass for. Tron, Pandora,
Seven Dwarfs.
Rise of the Resistance, those types.
Hmm.
Because I consider, like, if they're on a track and there's like multiple ride vehicles that you see, I consider that one of the quote unquote smaller ones. But the bigger ones, I'm talking like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Tron, like the bigger ones.
Hmm.
He's thinking, folks.
So I think the only other rides you really added into that category of smaller rides, quote unquote, are Haunted Mansion and Pirates. Because I mean, even like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, you're the only one on that ride that you can see. You don't see any of the other ride vehicles other than what's in your group.
No, well,
Same
I
with
guess
like
that would be one
Ratatouille.
of the bigger ones, but I would consider like Soren to not be one of the bigger ones. Like I'm thinking like Guardians level of attractions.
Then I'd be very sad, but I'd have to go with smaller.
Hmm. I feel like there's more to fill your day, and there's still some pretty good options in there. And
Yeah.
this isn't like a forever thing; it's like a one trip thing. Like if for one trip you had to pick between,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes it much easier. Because we've done trips like that before where we haven't done the big rides. So yeah, definitely the smaller rides.
okay.
What about you?
Um, I think I'd have to agree. I'd be really sad, but there's just something cute and nostalgic, and I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for the quote unquote smaller rides
Yeah.
because there's most of the time those are the ones with the most history and
Hmm.
the little things you can like Easter eggs you can point out.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, the last 2 trips we've gone on, we haven't ridden Tron or Flight of Passage.
yeah, which this time, folks, we're going to Animal Kingdom. I booked our lightning lanes today, and we got some pretty solid options. $320 later.
More actually, because you bought some, I bought some.
True, yeah. I bought like the multi pass, and Joel bought the
The single
yeah.
big ride
And
ones.
don't get me wrong, folks. We are married, and our money is one. But I told him if he wanted to ride those I think it was like Rise of the Resistance and
Rise, Flight, and Tron,
yeah,
which
then that had to
absolutely
come
I
out of
do.
his hard earned money because
Yeah,
I paid for the quote unquote smaller rides. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But very excited. I always love the morning. I love and hate the morning of being able to book lightning lanes. My wallet hates me, but my heart loves me. So, all
yeah,
right, last question.
yeah. Uh, this is another one very much tailored for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
You're gonna hate me for this one.
Oh god, let me prepare.
You have to completely erase the presence of one of these characters from the parks.
Oh, this is gonna go way
Merchandise,
deeper than I think what you're thinking.
rides, merchandise, everything.
Can I take a guess of which characters you're gonna
It is
give me?
two.
Okay, I'm gonna
Who do you think that is?
Figment.
Okay.
and Winnie the Pooh.
Yep, that is it exactly.
Because those are.
You are completely erasing every
Oh
aspect.
man.
It's as if these characters never existed in Disney.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna
So
mean.
Winnie the Pooh, the shows, all that stuff still exists, but their presence in the parks never existed, which for
Okay,
Figment is everything.
well, let me ask
But
you this because this is really important. That, like I said, this I think goes deeper than what you may think.
mhm.
Figment is like the mascot for Festival of the Arts.
Mhm.
Would that festival still be there and they just find a new mascot, or
That is
is it completely gone?
that is up to your interpretation.
It's not though. You have to give me the guidelines
I mean, I did
because
say
it will determine my decision.
it's as if these characters never existed in the parks.
I guess the question would be, would they still have the festival if he didn't exist? And I feel like they would. They would just find somebody else to be kind of the face of it. So because of that, as much as I love Mr. Figgy, I think he's gonna have to leave. Winnie the Pooh, I think, is just too monumental in the park. Like he is just everywhere. He has a whole ride, and so does Figment. But I think Winnie the Pooh definitely has more of like a presence. He has like meet and greets, shows, and I just like Winnie the Pooh more than I do Figment. I do love Figment. Don't get me wrong, but his ride it could use a little bit of love. And he's very like
Out there.
polarizing.
Mhm.
He's polarizing. People either love him or hate him. I
I
love
saw
him.
a reel recently on Instagram, and it was someone going on Figment for the first time, and they were like, "Oh my god, this ride seems so cute. It's gonna be the best thing ever." And then they were like, "I got bombarded by farts. What is this? Like, why am I getting farted on at Disney by a flying purple dragon?"
Oh my gosh,
I
it's
feel like
really
if
funny.
you don't know about what the ride is or like what you're expecting, it
Yeah,
definitely throws people off.
it does. But as long as Festival of the Arts is still there, then
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of Figment.
Okay.
Oh,
Follow up question.
all right, go ahead.
You can only update one of their rides, and it gets to the level of something like Ratatouille
Oh, Winnie
or
the Pooh for
Rise.
sure.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, because I feel like the whole concept of like the senses lab could be really cool if it was like really done well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, you don't go into the touch and the taste lab, but the smell, the hearing, and the sight.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could really do something really cool. Because I'm trying to think like what. Well, you showed me a video of the ride. Was it in Hong Kong or was it in
It
Tokyo?
was either Hong Kong or Tokyo with Winnie the Pooh, and it was a night and day
It was really
difference.
really cool.
Yeah.
So I like Winnie the Pooh more, but I think that they could do cooler things with Figment by giving him and his ride an update.
And
What about you?
I feel like his ride has more space to do things. I feel like Winnie
Mm-hmm.
the Pooh and Magic Kingdom is kind of crowded. It's kind of surrounded
Yeah,
on all sides. They don't have space to do
it's
things for
typically a
big
pretty long ride,
overhauls,
long line too.
which is surprising, especially being across from Seven Dwarfs. But I feel like with Figment, his entire building is kind of off to the side. So I mean, it'd be sad to see more parts of Epcot walled off again, but you
Also,
have space to do a really big expansion.
low key, the best bathroom in Epcot is behind Figment's ride, and that's all I'm gonna say.
And it's a nice lounge up top.
Yeah, if you're part of DVC.
Yeah.
um,
Small
but
flex.
what about you? Who would you? Which presents would you get rid of?
Controversial take.
You're going Winnie.
Yeah, I'm going Winnie.
Man, okay. Well, like I said, divorce.
Oh, darn. But I feel like, Winnie is still a classic Disney character. He's had a big importance, but Figment is a completely unique character. And I feel like Disney needs more uniqueness. I feel like, especially over the last few years, they've kind of been in this era of
Reuse,
sequels,
reuse, recycle.
prequels, reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, maybe not reduce, but
Reuse and
reuse, recycle.
recycle.
So I feel like Figment, the first time I learned about him, I was like, oh, this is like something new, something original. It's kind of like Orange Bird, like
Yeah.
I feel like Disney needs more original things at their parks, given it won't be things that everyone knows because it's not tied to anything, but it gives them more freedom and more creativity to do things.
Yeah. That's
Also, I
fair.
think, like you said, the five senses, there's so many cool things that you could do with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe not taste. It'd be hard to do that with the
Yeah.
general public, but the other four senses you could do a lot of stuff with.
Yeah, very true.
So,
All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap up our Would You Rather Disney edition. And we'll probably have many iterations of this because it's just so fun. You can do so many different things with this. But we hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you played along. Like I said, give us a like, give us a comment. Joel is giving the mic to our cat right now. Maybe you can hear him purring.
who knows?
But yeah, so we hope you guys follow along and let us know your answers to each of this Would You Rather, and we'll see you guys soon.
Have a good night.